I bought an old, dusty VHS tape at a garage sale. I wish I hadn't watched it. It was one of those spur-of-the-moment decisions. I had been browsing through the cluttered tables at a neighborhood garage sale looking for nothing in particular. Among the mismatched mugs, worn-out books, and outdated electronics, I spotted a cardboard box filled with old VHS tapes. Most of them were forgettable, obscure movies and home recordings. But one caught my eye. It was unmarked, no label, just a plain black tape covered in dust. Something about its anonymity intrigued me. I picked it up, feeling the weight of it in my hand, and the old man running the sale noticed my interest. "That one's a real oddity," he said, a strange look in his eyes. "Never played it myself, but the guy who gave it to me said it was unusual." His tone should have been a warning, but instead, it only piqued my curiosity. I handed him $1, and he slipped the tape into a plastic bag, almost as if he couldn't wait to be rid of it. When I got home, I realized I didn't even own a VCR anymore. It took some digging, but I eventually found my old player in the attic, covered in cobwebs and nostalgia. I set it up in the living room, the tape ready to go. The moment I pressed play, I regretted it. The screen flickered to life, displaying grainy, static-filled footage. The sound was distorted, a low hum that made the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. The image wavered, and then slowly, a scene began to take shape. It was a dimly lit room, barely furnished, with peeling wallpaper and a single flickering light bulb hanging from the ceiling. The camera was shaky, as if held by someone unsteady, and it focused on a door at the far end of the room. For a long time, nothing happened. The camera just lingered on the door, the silence broken only by the occasional crackle of static. I leaned in closer, unease settling in my stomach. There was something wrong with the scene, something I couldn't quite put my finger on. And then, the door slowly creaked open. A shadowy figure stood in the doorway, barely visible in the dim light. My breath caught as the figure began to move forward. Its steps slow and deliberate, almost as if it knew I was watching. The closer it got, the more distorted the image became, the figure's features blurring and twisting in ways that defied explanation. As it approached the camera, the humming sound grew louder, more insistent, drilling into my skull. The figure's face was obscured, a swirling mass of darkness that seemed to suck the light out of the room. I could feel my pulse quicken, a cold sweat breaking out on my forehead. Suddenly, the screen went black. The hum cut off abruptly, leaving an oppressive silence in its wake. I sat there staring at the blank screen, my heart hammering in my chest, waiting for something else to happen. And then, just as I reached for the remote, the screen flickered back to life. This time, the image was different. The camera was now outside, focused on a house that looked eerily familiar. My house. The realization sent a jolt of terror through me. The camera moved closer, its lens zeroing in on a window. My window. I stood up, heart pounding in my ears. I glanced at the window, expecting to see something, anything, but it was just my reflection staring back at me. Yet, on the screen, the camera kept moving, as if it were passing right through the glass. The screen showed the interior of my living room, the same room I was standing in, but it was empty. The camera panned across the room, lingering on the VCR and the tape still playing within it. My blood ran cold as the camera slowly turned toward the hallway, creeping closer to my bedroom door. I didn't wait to see what happened next. I lunged for the VCR, yanking the tape out with a shaking hand. The screen went dark again, but the damage was done. I could still hear that low hum echoing in my ears, that feeling of being watched, of something unseen drawing nearer. I threw the tape in the trash, but it didn't help. The sense of dread clung to me, thick and suffocating. That night, I barely slept, every creak of the house setting my nerves on edge. I kept expecting to hear that slow, deliberate knocking, or worse, to see a shadow moving at the edge of my vision. The next day, I took the tape to the nearest dumpster, throwing it away as far from my home as I could. But even then, the unease didn't leave me. Every time I pass a window or glance at the TV screen, I half expect to see that shadowy figure, watching, waiting for me to let my guard down. And I know, deep down, that it's not over. Whatever was on that tape, whatever I let into my life when I press play, it's still out there waiting for its moment to return.